Welcome in to episode 212. Our camera's we need it a little further away, but that's all right. We're going to have to be coming in here close. Yeah, we're good. What you can do. Anyway, we are got a different camera this week. We're back to our old camera because our camera broke. So the camera that we usually use, our DSLR, is one we also use to take pictures in our picture building of all of our cars. And of course, we take, I don't know, a lot of pictures every day. So it stressed it out a little bit. We've had it a couple of years. And
pretty sure we get over 500 a day.
So anyway, so we are back to using our face cam here by Elgato. Not that they're sponsoring us or anything, but so anyway, so there you go. That's what you got for this week. So I didn't zoom it out far enough, but so we'll have to sit a little closer, but which we can do. Anyway, hopefully everybody's having a good day. We are also streaming this as a podcast, so you can check that out as well. Yeah, all good stuff. So we're going to talk, as you can see by the title, we're going to talk Rebelle Rally tonight. Mm-hmm. Sarah probably spearhead that a little bit because she's talked to a bunch of the Rebelle Rally drivers,
including the creator.
Yes, Emily, you've talked to Emily, and you got a video coming up. Is it this week or next week? This week on the scoring system by the person that runs that system,
the scoring system,
right?
Yep,
it's incredible. So I actually listened in on the recording of that because I was sitting right over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be exciting to do that. So we'll talk about that. Yeah. We'll talk about Ford and the Rebelle Rally because that is starting up. When is that start? This week? This weekend, right? Thursday or Friday?
Thursday is day 0.
Thursday is day 0. That is basically when they
go out.
It doesn't count as
basically a test day. They don't get scored that day. They go out. They see how well they can do. They do get scored, but only to determine their position for the start for the very first day when they start earning actual points. So
there you go.
As Melissa put it, that determines if she gets to go first off the line or 63rd off the line.
Yeah. So you kind of want to, especially if you don't want to have a lot of people in your way, you kind of almost want to be early. So you kind of want to do well on day 0.
Yep.
So that you can get off the line a little early, right?
Yes.
And so some of the rookies and the amateur teams or something that aren't as good, maybe, right? They can get ahead of them or whatever. But, but yeah, anyway, so we'll talk about all that a little bit and have some fun with that because we'll be out there next week. We'll be out there at the finish line when they're coming in to be able to get some footage for you and get some fun and just talk to them. And just because we've really covered them for the last couple of years, we've really been, covering them in our live stream. Not a lot of channels really cover, Rebelle Rally, but we are, and we are passionate about it. And Ford is too. Ford's putting 5. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but they're putting a lot of teams anyway. They're spearheading it as well. So, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. Now, of course, if you are, new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and then you also hit that notification bell and hit that all, so that way you can get notified when we have video that goes live. We also do have a membership. Hit that join button, and then you can see the different membership levels. We have 2 different tiers: $4.99 and the $7.99. And oh, you just clicked off of that.
No, I didn't. I'm not in there.
Anyway, there you go. Yeah.
I'm not even in there yet.
Oh.
Now I am.
Well, anyway, when you popped in, it just whoop. Anyway, that's weird. But then you can, from there, you can hit the join on either one of those tiers and you can get in there. And then also hit the membership tab if you want to upgrade. So if you're on one tier and want to upgrade to the other, you can do that by going to the membership and hit an upgrade. And that's how you'd switch over. And then you can see all of our member content under the membership, or really it's on our channel. So if you go to our channel, you can see all the member videos. If you go to videos, you'll see all the member videos and everything. So, and some of the things that you get for our membership, and I'm really proud of our membership content and what we do. I really think that we do quite a bit. For what you're getting. So every week is kind of an example of what you get. You're getting every Thursday, almost every Thursday, not this Thursday coming up, but you'll get a lot walk. So you get a lot walk video. A couple of times in that, I usually will do a walk and talk. and when I'm going from one section of the show, the dealership to another. Also, we do a member live. It's actually kind of an example. It looks just like it does here. And but I know we've been starting to bring in any of the members that want to chat with us into there as well. You can see there we've had
I
some
guess
of those names that you've seen right there.
Yeah, I'm guessing they didn't expect to be on here weekly when they jumped
Right.
on.
Right? They probably didn't, but that was the week that I chose to pull that in. And then also you see the shout outs as well. And the Coffee Time members will get a Coffee Time with Tim.
Yes.
And this week for Cars and Coffee, we had Cars and Coffee every week. And this actually is the last week we're doing it until next April, I think. But I kind of gave everybody, all the members, kind of an idea of what Cars and Coffee is about.
Yeah.
And what those are our talks are. And I will say every morning, but I missed 2 mornings this last week. So next week I'll make it up to all those Coffee Time members. We'll do some special coffee times in Las Vegas, and we'll do not only some coffee times, but maybe some caffeine times at night. See what's going on in Vegas and everything, and some of the things we're going to do there, and Rebelle Rally and everything too. So anyway, there we go. So Coffee Time with Tim is more personal, more about me, what's going on with the family, that kind of stuff, what I do this weekend, which we'll talk about sometimes in here, but a little more personal information, more personal stuff in that one there. Some things that may not always come to light on the other videos. So
like this week I spewed for like a minute without my microphone. last Friday.
Yeah, a little bit. I made sure I turned it up before we got started.
Yeah. Last Friday, I was like going, you know what's on my mind? And I talked.
You should put a sticky note right there that says mic on.
It's right there on the base.
Oh. Well, I didn't see it.
I'll put a different one up. I got better sticky notes.
Right over here on the mic, on the monitor. Anyway, but there we go. So that's fun stuff. So anyway, we do also have merch sites. If you want our merch, and you start a merch site, link is the description for my merch site as well as Law McArthur's if you want some Law McArthur merch, and then we'll get yours on there too. So all women driven, they have one. So, and if you've did you put it in your social yet? No?
I have not put it on my social. I need to.
Anyway, so I like using Linktree for all my links. So that's all my, not only social media, but like I partner with Electron and 3W and with codes and everything. So I also put those different, coupon codes and collaborations and affiliate links in those on my Linktree as well, so that they're always there. I do it mainly for me so that I can go there and grab it when I need to send it out. But I use that as well. Makes it nice and easy for me. But all right. So speaking of that, you're tagging members right there. The last thing we kind of showed there is at the end is we also give you shout outs in there. So, but yes. So we are ready for shout outs, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So question, what's in Tim's cup tonight? What kind of cup you got there? That looks kind of fancy.
I got a new one. Courtesy of this guy sitting right here.
Yeah. I found it. There you go.
If you don't know me, or if you haven't watched long enough, you probably don't know, but I absolutely adore Stitch everything.
There you go. All right. I actually have 2 cups because when this runs out, I got to back up. I probably should drink them the other way around. But
I have 2 cups at all times.
All right. Anyway, well, you may not be able to drink out of them as much today since you're going to be talking more.
Oh, I know. I'm going to be over here sipping in between chats.
All right. Well, we ready to do member shout outs?
Yes. All right. We're going to start with Douglas Blair, who was the one that said that we needed all women driven merch. He is the one that urged me to go do it. So thank you.
And your merch may be here before you leave your trip.
Says the 15th.
I wondered. I was like, you're getting it close, because I know sometimes they take a little while.
They do sometimes.
Especially when they have a deal going on. So do they have a deal right now going on? Because you looked at your own. I usually like to look at that, but I didn't.
Okay, so for my merch, because I just opened, I have 25% off.
Oh, so okay.
But then there's also the opportunity to have 20% off.
Okay, which means, that would be the same. It's a My Spread Shop deal.
Yeah.
As long as you
can actually go and choose which ones you want to participate in.
Right. I always make sure I choose all of them, make them available. But anyway.
So, yep, I have it in there all ready to go.
Anyway,
I've ordered my own polos, so hopefully they're here.
there you go. Hopefully it's warm for him.
I have jackets on the way
Okay.
too.
All right. You never know. It's almost like, I know in Colorado, you got to prepare for the hot, the cool, and the cold and the rain. So the other day, I still have Univista on my weather app. And so I was looking to see if it was going to rain this week here. And I'm like, oh, it's supposed to rain this weekend. What? And I looked, oh, that's in Univista. So I was like, oh, okay.
All right. So we're going to start off with these super chats. One from Mike M. Tim, Sarah, and all. Hope you're doing well. I'm a little under the weather, so may not stay long. I've been enjoying your Instagram posts, sir. I've been enjoying those videos a lot.
He's been doing some. I think I'm assuming AI generated ones with my Bronco and his Mustang, and the Mustang
Racing.
outruns the Bronco.
I love it.
It's funny.
All right, we got Mab Sim. Hello, finally made a live. Timing just hasn't worked out.
And he actually kind of tagged me on something because some people were saying, hey, post your Marsh Gray photos, and everything. I'm like, and he says, I think Marsh Gray isn't going to be available. And I'm like, nope, it's not. So anyway, so we did let them know that. And actually the person that put it on there says, okay, well, I'm going to ask admin to take this down.
Right?
Like, right. Good idea. Because they won't produce a Marsh Gray. You might find one or two rolling around, but they're pre-production ones. They're not going to be built. So I was told they didn't look very good. I'm not going to say who told me that.
All right, we got Brian. I hope you and your family are doing well. It's a beautiful mid-70s day in Orange County, California. I'll be headed home shortly. And we have Ridgeview, our wonderful moderator, who welcomes everyone into the chat for us. We have our Quib. It's a fun cruising the coast week. Lots of old classics. Yep, everyone's getting their classics out right before
they got to put them away.
They got to put them away for the horrible fall weather, the rainy weather.
Yep, we got a classic. We're going to be putting on Bring a Trailer.
They usually
we'll be picturing that soon.
Yeah. Do you know what I saw in our wash bays downstairs? The caddy.
Caddy, yeah. They drove it around.
Yep. I saw it. I was like, I went to go get that stuff. I was like, hey, this is my favorite car right here. Like, what? Oh, I took that to prom. All right, we got Ford Enthusiast evening all. We got Douglas Blair. I'm alive and here.
That's good.
We have Alan. Hello, everyone. Having a great day. Hope everyone else is also. We have Bowles. I always like the Rebelle coverage and pinless during and after the competition. We have Vols, only 21 watching. It's not like there's a debate on TV or anything more important than the McArthur Live. Is there?
Well, if you want something positive, come on over.
Yep. And then we got Mike 52. Good morning from Northeast Pennsylvania. We had 4 comments since then. All right. I think that was all.
All right. Okay. Thanks to our members that are here. And it sounds like we got a small group.
All right. For what's
that says 31 there. That one says 31 up here. 30.
Right.
Go ahead.
Oh. For what's in your cup, root beer or let's see. I know I saw some others in here.
Can tell he's a longtime viewer. Because most people that know when I get something from Chick-fil-A, it's usually root beer, which it is. But I also have this energy drink over here too, the C4. We'll see if we need to dip into that. All right. Ready to move on? Carry on?
Yes.
All right. Well, let's do this. So scheduling recap. Not much to recap here. So this week is a carryover. We are not ready for the new set of allocations yet. It's one more week. away. So I think this Friday is a deadline for getting all your numbers in for dealers. So the new set of allocations will start next week with schedule. So this week's is pretty bare. So there's only like 2 models that are even scheduling this week. So Mustang, Bronco Sport, Bronco, Mach-E, Explorer, Expedition, Maverick, Ranger, F-150 and F-150 Lightning, they are not scheduling this week. There is a note on F-150 and F-150 Lightning that says no scheduling due to unforeseen supply interruptions. Balance out scheduling is expected to resume next week. So even though the other ones will probably move to the next months, they do still need to finish out 25 F-150 and Lightning. So there will be one last one next week before they move on to the 26 model year startup scheduling, which is what was supposed to happen next week. So anyway, so that's happened there. 25, there's a note on F-150 though for 25 model year King Ranch. The tailgate flex step is unavailable. It says please remove this option. So there you go. So and then XLT and Lariat versions, just to note there that they didn't have the new standard wheel for this year or for this, and I need to look up that wheel. I know that at some point we covered it. And then also it is a reminder in here that 5.0 STX is retail only. And it does say in here STX 5.0 stock can be ordered when Lobo package is added to 200A. So in 25 model year, you can get the 5.0 on the 200A without the Lobo. But from here on out, it's only going to be the Lobo in 26 model year as well. So. And then the Super Duty is scheduling at Kentucky and Ohio for the weeks of 10/27 through the weeks of 11/3. And Ohio is also going to schedule the week of 11/10. And then a very limited exhausted availability is the F450 configuration, the F550, the Platinum Plus package, the Lariat Premium package, the XLT version with the bucket seats. Actually, it's saying bucket seats in general. Altogether, and it says that tailgate step option 85G, and it also says the 5th wheel gooseneck hitch prep package, that's option 53W, and then also it mentions the 11.6 axle size that's available on F250 and F350, and the wheel center ornament that is included in your 2-wheel drive single rear wheel with the black hub covers and the 10.5 axle. And then also it mentions medium dark slate and Baja trims. So that would be interior option code 2S, 2J, 3J, 3S, 5J, and 6J. So there you go. And then Transit is also scheduling for the weeks of 11/3 through the weeks of 11/17. And the only thing that's limited to exhausted is the 3.5 EcoBoost engine, which actually is quite a bit because that's a lot of the orders. So that's pretty much what's scheduling for this week. Again, not a lot, and so we'll see. Next week is when we start new set of allocations. We'll start next week, next Thursday, so we'll be able to highlight next week more information on that. So
yeah.
All right. Any questions?
So I did have one. Did I miss Maverick Monday, or are you going to talk about 26 Maverick?
We've talked a lot about 26 Maverick. We did not do a Maverick Monday this week, but we've done a lot of videos on 26 Maverick, including we've done a build and price on every trim level. It's in a playlist, and we've also covered what's new on the 26 Maverick in a Maverick Monday video, I believe, is where we slid that in. So check out that. We have playlists dedicated to these. So if you actually go to our YouTube channel and look at under the playlist, you'll see a playlist for 26 Maverick order guides. That would give you information on 26 model year. I also think I did include the Maverick Monday into that playlist, but if not, you go to the Maverick Monday playlist and you'll find that one too. And like this last week, we kind of covered some things, and I actually had an email that I got from the brand manager that kind of clued me in that they pretty much already decided at this point what they're doing for 27 model year. That's how far ahead they are. So by the time the new model year comes out, when 26 came out, they were working on 27. Like they actually already had 27 figured out. That's how far in advance they're talking and thinking. So yeah, they're already working on. They says they've already decided what they're doing for 27 model year. which for them to do it that fast tells me they're not going to do much.
Right.
maybe that's what that means. But and they also did clue me in of why the FX4 package cannot be put on the Lariat trim level.
Right.
And they said basically it's plain and simple. One main reason, it's the wheel.
Right.
Because the wheel is a 19-inch wheel that comes on that. Like I don't know if you remember, the FX4 package for 26 doesn't get a dedicated wheel. They took that away.
Right.
So on XLT, but on Lariat, there's no way for them to put that tire on a 19-inch wheel. So that's why you can't get the FX4 package on a Lariat.
Right.
I'm like, but you could put this once you include the wheel in the package, then you could. And right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, they kind of mentioned that. And there's some other stuff he mentioned in there, but that was kind of the gist of it. But yeah, there you go. And Lariat is turning fast, according to him. So the fastest turning vehicle in the in any of the models, fastest turning model and trim of any vehicle in the Ford lineup. So we do have some Lariat, some 26 Lariats that are on order and got scheduled. One or two got scheduled last week. Anyway, so there we go. Any other questions?
Not pertaining to that. We are good to move on.
All right. Well, there's not a lot for dealer news. It seems like lately there hasn't been a lot of dealer news, but let's jump in here. So the only thing that I have here to kind of cover as part of dealer news is Ford announced the third quarter sales results from the road.ford.com. So I thought we can kind of have fun. We can go through this and kind of go through what they highlight in here. So the biggest thing they said that for the third quarter, that's 3 months, they sold 545,522 vehicles, which is up 8.2%. And I don't know what that's up from. I don't know if it's the previous year. I think from the previous third quarter of last year, I think is what they are saying. So extended its growth streak in the third quarter, increasing sales 8.2% and marking 7 consecutive months of sales gains as customers continue to choose Ford's lineup of gas, hybrid, and electric vehicles. And also supported by fast-growing digital services from Ford Pro. So, and then it does say pickups and vans accounted for 313,654, which is 7.4% of the sales. Or no, that's up 7.4%. Sorry. F Series, it does say 620,580 sales year to date is America's best-selling truck year to date, and that is up 12.7%. Electrified vehicles, and they're saying is hybrid, plug-in, and electric, not just electric, accounted for 85,789, which is up 19%. And it does say in here that accounts for 15.7% of the mix. So Expedition, 21,844 sales. It's third best third quarter in 20 years, it says. It's up 47% from last year's third quarter. Says Ford Pro paid software subs about 815,000. So those are people that paid for their different services, which is that a great thing? Or does that mean that you're just making us pay for things? I don't know. I guess that's why I want to look at it. Blue Cruise hands-free driving exceeded 7 million hours. And that's probably all the people that have the trial because, not everybody. We have 2 vehicles that could qualify for Blue Cruise, and we don't have it on either one. We don't have it. We didn't subscribe on either one. F Series says in here sold 207,732 vehicles in third quarter. That's up 4.7%. And then what else does it say here? Maverick recorded a third quarter record with 34,848 sales. So that is not dying down. It says that's nearly 60% of the buyers are new to Ford, it says as well. Year-to-date Maverick sales is 120,904, which is up 10.9%. So Maverick is still hot, just saying. And they won't tell you in this because they don't tell you like what is the number one selling hybrid vehicle, because they want to push F-150 hybrid, but it's the Maverick. So Ford sold a record 85,789 electric vehicles. We mentioned that earlier. Year to date, it's 242,298. It's up 16%. But again, that is EV, that is plug-in and hybrid, right? And let's see down here. Hybrids. Here you go. Hybrid sales hit a third quarter record of 55,177 vehicles. Here you go. Here's the breakdown. F-150 hybrid is 22,212 sales in the third quarter. That's up 10%, 10.3. And it does say remaining America's best-selling full-size hybrid pickup. Maverick hybrid sales climbed to 68,516 year to date. So they don't want to tell you what they do compared to the F-150C. So they went year to date instead, right? It does say that's up 11.5%. And it says leading mid-size hybrid pickups.
Right.
Because there's no real competitor. But, and then it says electric vehicles. Ford electric vehicles achieving a new quarterly sales record with 30,612 sales, up 30%. Now, I did figure this out. Based on those sales numbers, that accounts for 5% of Ford's sales for third quarter, right?
Yeah.
So now a lot of people, I've had a lot of comments in the F-150 Lightning and such, why are we talking about this? Quit making these trucks that nobody wants. Well, hold on. If you were in business and you owned a business and I told you that I want to take 7%, 5% of your sales away, would you be okay with that? It doesn't sound like a lot, but 5% is still 5%
right
sales. Mustang Mach-E recorded its best ever quarterly sales since going on sale in 2020 with 20,177 vehicles. And the Lightning delivered a third quarter record of 10,005 pickups. Both of those are up. And that continues to make America's best-selling electric pickup as well. So that's 30. Yeah, like I said, 20,000. I mean, there's still people buying electric vehicles. Now, one of the things that I think helped this is the tax credit going away.
Yeah.
So what I want to see is how does that affect the sales for fourth quarter when we don't have the tax credit? Because that's really, dollar for dollar. And I've said this too, is that really, to be honest, the F-150 Lightning needs to be priced the same price as the gas version. So that way people can decide if I really want to go electric. Well, maybe I do want to go electric, but it's $10,000 more. I don't want to do that. I don't want to spend that money, right? We don't have a comparable, in my opinion, on the EV with the Mach-E comparable to the gas version, but on the F-150, they can choose, hybrid, gas, or they can choose electric. But in my opinion, like that STX version's coming out, and that Flash version needs to match up with XLT price. STX needs to match up with STX, and it doesn't. I mean, right now the Flash is, I think we have them on sale for 63,000,
right?
65,000 or something. And when you want to compare that to, the gas version, like even an XLT, they're mid 50s, so it's 10 grand more. So anyway, Expedition, we kind of mentioned that. Sales soared 47%. Bronco, not just third best, its best third quarter ever with 37,858 sales. That's up 41% from the year before. Bronco Family, that's Bronco and Bronco Sport, 68,681 sales. Let's do a little math there. You're talking, about 30,000 for Bronco Sports then? Not a bad number, but that is up 11% for the family there. And then Explorer, America's best-selling third-row SUV, jumped 33% to 55,000. Year-to-date sales of 160,929 are the strongest since 2018. Off-road performance trims like Raptor, Tremor, Timberline, that would be last year's version, FX4, account for 20.8% of Ford's U.S. mix year-to-date, up 2.4 points compared to a year ago. So anyway, so there you go. And then they do have some stuff about Ford Pro, which is more fleet business. And then your Ford Pro, like your digital services and everything, It does say in here that paid subscriptions grew by approximately 30% year over year in the third quarter. Well, here's the deal. You're asking for more. There's more services available now, more vehicles that have Blue Cruise, more vehicles now that have the Ford connectivity package, right? And now when you start adding in Sirius XM plans, that's going to count, right? So there you go. So it does say Blue Cruise. We mentioned that earlier. Here it says on September 23rd, Ford announced the rollout of its first Blue Cruise over-the-air software update to eligible truck owners. So 22 to 23 model year F-150 and Lightning customers, along with 24 F-150 Lightning customers, received Blue Cruise 1.4. That's the lane change. So they said the reason that was so long going out, and I don't know if they said it, but I was told this when we were at the dealer meeting a couple of years ago, was they won't have that roll out until it can be done with the trailer.
Right.
Because that's the big one, because people are going to want to use it with their trailer. So evidently that is now available with your trailer. So, and then on the service side, the U.S. mobile fleet service, where mobile means they can come to your house to do the service, right? It said grew to more than 4,200 units. That's up 12% year over year. In the third quarter alone, dealers completed over 950,000 remote service experiences, bringing the 2025 total to over 2.8 million and enhancing convenience to owners nationwide. And I don't know, that kind of almost started with COVID times, right? And I always said that during COVID. I'm like, you know what? Don't ever provide something if you don't expect to do it after COVID ends. And that's something that now is continuing to continue to grow. So, I did forget about this one. The Ford Power Promise for the home charger, the complimentary home charger, it's not free because you do have to buy an electric vehicle. The home charger complimentary and installation promotion is continuing until January 5th of 2026. So my feeling on this is that this will just be something anymore. It's just going to be there. Kind of like a military rebate. It's kind of like Farm Bureau rebates, right? They always have expiration dates at the end of the next quarter.
Right.
And so I think this is one of those things that Ford's it's just going to be part of what's there. So anyway, and this saying here, I think you get, there's bonus cash. If you don't take it, you get some bonus cash instead. So if you have a vehicle, you already have one, you already have a charger, right? You're like, well, that doesn't really help me out. Well, then you can get a rebate in lieu of that. So, it does say, I think, or this in here does say 2,000 bonus cash, which makes more sense because the chargers are like, like $700 or something. And then the home installation is like 500, I think is what they give you on that. So, I mean, they should, but at one time it was like a $500 rebate. And I said, that's ridiculous because that doesn't even pay for a charger. So I think it should be, if you're going to give a free charger or a complimentary charger, it should be equivalent value to what the installation and the charger costs. It needs to be at least $1,500 because the smaller charger, the 48 amp, which is what they're giving you, is like $700 and then $500. So I think when they added that Emporia charger, I think it's actually cheaper than the Ford one. So I think that makes them able to pull that Ford one out, just make it at some point, it'll be just the Emporia one and then $500. So that way they can bring that rebate down to $1,000 or something. But there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. That's the dealer news. Any questions or comments on that? Since we kind of covered some of that stuff, and any surprises there or anything like that from people?
Not really.
Nope. Nothing?
Nope.
All right. Well, we'll move on to recalls. There are actually only 3 recalls. That is pretty awesome. Only 3. This is going to be a short live stream. All right. Okay. So this first one is Compliance Recall 25C39. This is a supplement. Supplement means it's an update to the original recall. So the original recall came out September. The advance notice came out August 12th, and the actual recall fix came out September 16th. The update on this one is they updated the technical instructions, the labor allowances, and parts ordering information. And that's pretty much it. This one does, if you're unaware, this one does affect 2025 Nautilus, Mustang, and Mach-E vehicles. That's 21,857 vehicles. And this is the one with the one or both of the light emitting diode driver control modulars may fail. And so doesn't here a failed one will result in that headlamp assemblies, high beam, low beam position lamp, daytime running light lamp, and turn signal operation being inoperative. It does say for Nautilus vehicles only, a failed headlight assembly may also result in the same side rear tail light, rear turn signal, or rear position lamp becoming inoperative as well. So anyway, so does say those letters should have went out September 22nd, but that's just an update for the dealers service departments there. This in here is also a supplement to one that's already out. Safety recall 25S88. This is the first supplement. The original recall came out August 25th. So this is for 25 model year F-150s and 25 to 26 model year Super Duty vehicles. That has to do with the digital instrument panel cluster. So this affects 354,097 vehicles. And this update, and the reason they updated this is they updated to reflect the over-the-air update becoming available, and also some technical instructions there as well, and then the labor allowances. So some of the stuff for the dealers, the instructions and all that was updated for that. So anyway, and this one here, a blank instrument cluster panel cluster may be present upon a vehicle startup. This can occur when the vehicle is started at a specific point after turning the vehicle off. This may prevent the driver from seeing critical vehicle information such as the speedometer, warning lights, and warning messages. So anyway, so the productivity or the digital cluster is what they're calling it. They used to call that the productivity screen. I always said that's what you see when you look through the steering wheel down on the information for your speed and everything. So now they're calling the instrument panel cluster instead. But that's that. Anyway, and there is an over-the-air update for that. And most of those owners should have gotten a letter the week of September 1st. So, and this last one has to do with transit. So customer satisfaction program 25B47 for 21 to 24 model year transit all-wheel drive vehicles. And I think this is the one we've been waiting on for a long time. So this program will be in effect through October 31st, 2026. There's no mileage limit for this program. So customer satisfaction programs are not a safety concern, but just for our customer satisfaction there. And warranty part analysis and bench testing has shown that transfer case thrust bearing damage can occur as a result of repeated high torque launches consistent with severe duty package delivery applications. Over time, fatigue failure of the thrust bearing can create loose metal debris in the system and distribute it throughout the transfer case, damaging other internal components and affecting vehicle performance. So anyway, it does say in here, dealers are to replace the transfer case. The service must be performed on all affected vehicles at no charge to the vehicle owner. So, and then letters are going out next week for this one, for that one there. And that affects how many people did I say? Or did I say? Actually doesn't say how many vehicles. So anyway, there we go. There's that. And that is everything I have.
All right.
Okay. That's that. We don't have an is it true or anything unless somebody out there has a question that they've wondered, that they've saw out there somewhere on the internet that they don't know whether or not that's true or not, and they want me to let you know. You can drop your own. Is it true? We haven't done one of those in a while.
Yeah. James was wondering when 26 scheduling starts.
For Maverick?
Yes.
Already started.
Okay.
So at this point, dealers probably are out of allocations from this last month, but actually a couple of weeks ago, scheduling started.
Yeah.
For those early ones. So we had a bunch of 26 model year orders scheduled for us. What was it? Well, actually, we had one scheduled last week, but the week before, I think, last couple of weeks. But yeah, it started already. The next set of allocations should be next week. So that would be your next chance at getting scheduled if you have an order with a dealer.
Yeah.
So as long as they have an allocation. that's the big thing. The dealer has to have an allocation, right?
Yeah.
So I stress that more and more, but there's so many people that don't know that. And there's a lot of dealers. Like I'll talk to people. I'll say, well, I haven't gotten scheduled to spend this many weeks or whatever. And I said, well, my dealer says that they don't have any issues with allocations. I'm like, yeah, they say that, but I've seen it in so many cases where they say they don't have issues with allocations, but I'm like, but maybe it has more to do with how many orders they have then.
True.
Right? Because maybe they have allocations, but if they have more orders than their allocations, then they're overbooked, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we saw that happen. So anyway.
Yeah.
So
what's
that?
We didn't need to adjust the camera angle. I was just too far over. I'm used to being further over, so I leaned that way.
I didn't zoom it out far enough because we usually use a different camera. And actually, what we could do? We don't have to zoom it out. We can just move it.
Careful. Okay.
How's that? A little bit further out?
Yeah.
There you go.
And our arms aren't hitting each other.
Yeah.
All right. Vols received the letter for 25N09 pertaining to vibrating front half shafts. The ones on my truck are in good shape.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that, if I remember right, is one of those customer satisfaction programs that's in effect for like a year, right? And so there'll be an expiration on it. So, as long as it, or sometimes
Right.
there is no limit to them. Just depends, right? But and sometimes it's the recall is just to have them checked and look and make sure they're good, right?
Ridgeview wanted to say all AWD stands for all women driven.
All-wheel drive, by the way.
No, all-wheel drive. All women driven. And then Maya says, "Hi Tim, you're my favorite guy."
Maya. Maya's in there. Have you met Maya?
I don't think I've met Maya.
Because you went to Supercell
the first year.
Colorado. I don't think they were there that year. I think it was a year after they were there. Yep. But seen them at Supercell a couple times. They're usually come to the Tennessee one. So Mike, nice. Remember you got their Bronco from us. So So she's a swimmer like you used to be.
I think I've heard of you.
Yeah.
I heard you talking about her.
Yeah, she's a swimmer. So hopefully everything's going well. I know, is it swimming season now? Getting there?
Men's.
Depends.
No, men's.
Yeah.
So if you're in high school, men's is fall, women's is spring.
But you guys always clubs though. You guys
my club
competed together. All right. Anyway, but she's a swimmer. All right. What else we got?
Those are the comments I had.
We know what happens next.
Oh, here. Let me pull up what I made.
We'll go what's on our mind. What's on Sarah's mind? It's the red one.
Red one. All right. You introduce this. I'm going to pull up my thing.
All right. We're going to talk Rebelle Rally here, and so it'll be fun. We probably won't actually get a chance if you're a member. Friday we will actually pull it up on Friday probably. Well, actually there won't be anything because Thursday is day zero. So Friday we'll be able to look and see how things are going that day. I guess, right? We'll be able to look at the scoring and all that. And so you're going to be chatting with. That's mine.
I know.
Did you put it in ours?
It should be in here. Rebelle Rally.
Sometimes you gotta restart. You gotta refresh it. See if it pulls back up. Did you share it with us? See, I think something added. Did it? No.
I'm looking for ours.
So, no.
Dang it. So where did I put it? All right, I'll be right back.
All right.
Ow.
Anyway, so actually I'm gonna let me pull this up while you're doing that. And we'll talk about some of the teams. So Ford is pretty much in a sense like sponsoring several teams, right? And I say sponsored, they're pretty much just funding 100% like several teams here. Let me make this a little bit wider. There you go. And so this actually came out. This came out from Rebelle. Rebelle Rally's website, September 24th. But so Ford Company is a silver partner, right? And for the third consecutive year, and featuring strengthening its commitment with the longest competitive off-road rally. So here are the 5 teams that they are fully funding. And so you have these 5 teams are the ones that will be running the Ford Performance or Ford Racing. I'm wondering if they switched the graphics and everything since they went to Ford Racing. Anyway, so those are the 5 teams that will be in the Ford Racing. So you want to be looking for, right? And I think you've interviewed a couple of those people, right?
So out of that, I have Bailey Campbell contacted. We haven't been able to get together yet. I have also contacted Rory, but I have talked to Shelby, Catherine, and Melissa. And then last week was Melissa and Catherine together as a team.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So I did some looking today. How do I add
Do we want to share that?
Yeah.
Right there.
Awesome. Okay. So I went in to Rebelle Rally and looked at their competitor list today, and I found all of our Rebelle Rally hosted by, Ford directly right here. But then these are the grassroots teams. There's only 2.
Oh.
And then these are all the rest of the Ford teams. At least these are the only 2 that are listed as grassroots or have listed Ford grassroots as one of their supporters. The others have not listed it as their supporter. But these are all the 4 teams that are racing this year.
I think Ford is saying, hey, here are all the Ford vehicles, and I think they're giving them something. They're helping them in some way, even those other teams down below. But those probably they're helping them
a little more. So like Alana said something about Ford helping, and she has Dead Reckoning, Team 147.
Yeah. So it's their own vehicles, but they're helping with maybe some expenses.
Yes.
So
out of these, I got Dead Reckoning 147. I got Amanda Walden and Kirsten, which was Fortune and Glory. And then there was Kimberly and Eva, who are the rookie team with the Bronco Sport for this year, Team 203. And then I had one more team that was non-Ford that I also interviewed.
Say the ones that you interviewed, were they the Bronco Sport at the bottom?
Yeah.
Eva and Kim?
Yeah.
But there's another Bronco. Oh, no, that's Bronco Heritage Edition.
Yes.
So you have one Bronco Sport in there.
I can't remember what Alana says her Bronco is.
I thought she did say, but I don't remember. I don't know if it's I don't know. I'd assume I would hope it's at least a Badlands.
Yeah.
But it may not be.
It might not be. I can't remember. I know it's a 2-door. Hers is a
well, Bronco Sport doesn't come in 2-door, but I'm talking about this team here.
Down below the Bronco Sport. Yeah, no. I'm talking about Dead Reckoning up there.
Yeah, theirs is a 2-door. Yeah.
It's a 2-door Area 51. I can't remember its
I thought they said it was maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I don't know.
You got a lot of Raptor in there.
Because I thought she said that it was because it was only a rear locker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a Sasquatch one. So which will be fun to kind of follow them because I'm a vehicle. I have a Bronco that's not a rear locker, right?
And Alana and Danielle have competed, but separately. They haven't been on the same team together. So this is their first year together.
Okay.
But they have both competed multiple years.
Yep. So these are the teams to highlight and keep down of, hey, these are your Ford teams, right? And cheer for them. They do. Let's go back to Rebelle over here because they do have this live up here.
Team bios.
There's the team bios right now.
Click on live.
But if I click on live, so they will be doing, do they actually list the schedule yet? There's a lot of mornings that you can. There you go. There's your schedule. So they will be doing live streams. And they will be doing, here's their show schedule. So about every morning, and these times are West Coast time. I say California time a lot of times, what I like to say. So like here, it'll be 8:45. So a lot of times, I come into work and then I'll kick it on and watch it.
Right.
And so they'll be live streaming in the morning. Mornings are real fun because usually they'll talk about their excitement for the day and a plan that they have, and they'll try to interview the drivers and the navigators sometimes, right?
Right.
But they'll chat with them, and then in the evening they'll kind of talk about how the day went for a lot of these teams. So that's always a fun one to get, that PM show as well. And they got a couple of midday ones, and those seem to be, those midday ones, I think, are the days where they're doing marathons or whatever they call them.
Yes.
But
those are the
now this is probably, it's calling it day one, but they added a day this year, right? Because normally it was like 8 days, and they're doing like an extra day where they're doing a revelation. Too bad we couldn't stay and do that.
I know.
So anyway,
we were going to be offered gala tickets.
Yeah, that
an option
nice
to go to the gala.
Yeah,
but my son's birthday is the next day.
Anyway, but yeah, we'll have to check that out though, because right, that'll be 10 o'clock. We'll be on a plane at that time.
Yeah,
right there. But we should be home for that. But anyway, so this is the schedule. So you want to check that out and kind of watch along. And you can do it on their YouTube channel. The Rebelle Rally has a YouTube channel.
Keep going down. So they do have the live tracking, scoring, standings, and team bios. Can you click on team bios? Yeah, Dead Reckoning has over 50 sponsors, so they are a self-sponsored team. Alana has been working with her sponsors for 3 years now. So there's a team. Oh, which one is it? Ooh.
See, I wish they had like what vehicles they drove along in here.
Okay,
so we have them over here. Which team numbers you want to look at?
It's not a Ford team.
Oh, you want to? Okay.
So someone asked, can you refresh my memory on transmissions for the rally? I think it would be hard to traverse the course in an automatic. So they can drive whatever they want.
I think it'd be easier than automatic.
Right. So as long as it's off-road capable,
yeah,
they don't care. Take whatever you want. In fact, there's someone that's taking like something that I would not consider ever taking off-road. It's like a sedan or something, like Desert Dames, maybe.
Well, look behind them. You can see that looks. I don't know what kind of vehicle it is.
It shows a better picture down below.
Oh, Lexus.
Yeah, go all the way down. Actually, they have a picture of it right there. Like who? That's going off.
Go take your luxury SUV out and rip around in the desert and get flat tires.
Like they don't care.
Look at the boards. Those boards are going to get wrecked.
As long as you feel like you can accomplish this, do it. Go for it. See what you can do in your vehicle.
That's an 07.
Yes, it's an 07 too. So there's a team that has competed for multiple years, and I can't remember which team it was. I should have written it down.
There's one. Some of these are highly modified, though. They might be older ones, but they've modified a lot of them.
Yeah. There's Raptor X. Go up. That one. That's Raptor Rex, Toby and Kara, provided by Ford.
There you go. So they're are they one of the grassroots teams? Toby, they're one of the grassroots teams. But yeah, check out the bios, read about them, that kind of stuff. There's the Bronco. So you can tell which ones that Ford fully functions and backs. When I say that, I actually say that Ford provides the vehicle.
Right.
I probably should say that. These vehicles are not provided by Ford.
Okay, so I was going to follow up on that. But let me finish my thought on this one. Okay. There is a team that has competed multiple years, and they've used a Bronco Raptor in the past. But this year, they have decided to take out a Toyota manual vehicle. Like, they've decided to completely switch it up. They're taking an old manual that has no tech whatsoever, like barely has AC. And I think they said no tech, manual, slightly dramatic vehicle. And they're going to see how far they can make it this year in that. So it should be interesting to watch them. I'll have to figure out which one it is. It's one of the ones at the top. That's all I can remember. But yes, so if you feel like you can take it through the desert and you can compete, do it. They aren't going to stop you.
Now, some of these others, Ford's not the only one that does it. Some of these other teams will sponsor others. You know, Jeep will usually have some people running for them.
Yeah, Toyota.
Toyota's a big sponsor on this. A lot of the
What's the one that starts with a Y?
Why?
I don't know. My brain's frizzled at this time.
You have there's a
Shift happens.
I think that's Ineos, isn't it?
Yes, I believe that one is the Ineos.
Ineos Grenadier.
Yeah.
So, and they've been in it before. They actually drove that vehicle last year, I think.
Yeah.
Which actually did pretty well. I mean, it does look like a safari vehicle. I mean, look at it. I mean, that looks like it's made for that, right? We had a Grenadier, not ours. The one we had wasn't a truck, but anyway.
Team 181.
But there you go.
Yeah.
But
where's Team 181? Someone's saying something about that one. Yoda Rewind.
Oh, because that's a Toyota.
A Toyota.
That might be it.
That's what I was thinking of.
Vehicle, Toyota Land Cruiser, 24.
Yep. So are any of the vehicles provided by Ford? So that list that we showed, those first 5 are being given a vehicle by Ford. So Team Velocity, Wild Grace, Desert Roots, Trail Hustle, and Built Wild are also getting their vehicles from Ford.
This year, it is the 15th anniversary for the Raptor. So when Raptor came out 15 years ago, so for that reason, you'll see they're all Raptors this year. So 2 Ranger Raptors, 2 Bronco Raptors.
Which Shelby Hall usually runs and supports herself.
So
she's usually
that vehicle
privateer.
I'm gonna say that vehicle is actually hers. It's actually Wayne's.
Is it? Okay.
Liberty. It's going to be the Liberty Firearms one that she ran at the Baja.
Okay.
It'll be that Bronco, I believe. Usually you can tell by the year, but Bailey, I think, drove this Ranger Raptor last year.
Yes.
And I know she really likes that. And she'll probably have RTR on it because now she drives for RTR.
Yeah.
And then, I know that Melissa's, she's been working with hers for the last couple months.
Yeah.
So I know they've
had
to put a little work into theirs, but I think they're ready. But so,
which one is it that I'm thinking of? I think the other Ranger, Amanda had a regular.
Oh yeah,
Bronco,
a Ranger Raptor this year.
Yeah, so that's her Ranger Raptor.
Yes,
that she is driving, but she had a regular Bronco, and she's like, "Yeah, I want to take out my Ranger Raptor this year."
If you guys were at, actually, that's a 25. So she must have upgraded because last year, 2 summers ago, or 2 Supercells, not this last Supercell, but the one before it, they had a Ranger Raptor there.
She was training for
and it wasn't a 24.
Yeah,
but they also brought that year she had the Bronco, so she also had her Bronco too.
That's the year she was taking Bronco. The next year she did Raptor.
Yeah.
Or the Ranger, and now she's taking her 25. So her and Kirsten have been training.
Yep. So there you go.
Yep.
But yeah, these are their own vehicles. And these 2, I believe.
That 21 Bronco says that they're like, it's jumping off as manual. So I know that Alana does not have a manual. I know that for sure.
Jumps off of the page as a manual.
Yeah, that 21.
Mm-hmm. No, that I don't think
not.
That's not a manual. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the trim level is just not in there.
Right.
I know that their 21 Bronco it's not a base.
Right.
I think a lot of people think too, if you have a base, it's automatically a manual, but they're not typically. Not always. I mean, they could.
Now, if you watched my episode with Melissa and Catherine, I asked who they thought their stiffest competition was. They said definitely Sedona and Bailey. Melissa's partner used to be Sedona. Like they raced for a year.
Well, who was it that won last year? Wasn't it like?
I can't remember.
Hey, what happened to our page? Thought it was. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah.
Do they actually have like the?
They don't have 24 up anymore.
Oh, they don't. Anyway.
Here.
I was trying to remember who won last year. That there's some pretty good competition of veterans that have won it. Because last year it was a Jeep. They drove a Jeep, I think.
Yeah, it was Nina Barlow and Tara Lynn. Yeah, she mentioned Tara Lynn.
Yeah. So it'll be very interesting to see.
Yeah.
Big fan of Melissa. And of course, we've spent a lot of time with them. They're good friends of ours and went off roading with them for several days, when we were up in Colorado and went to Moab and they took us out. So I'm a big fan of theirs and what they do for the community. And writes articles for Bronco Nation. And
Yeah.
but I think this is going to be a good year because they combined last year together.
Yes.
And she's a veteran that's been a navigator
yeah.
for other teams before in the past. So this isn't her second year.
No.
But this is the second year with them together, and they got along really well last year. And Melissa's actually driven in the 4x4 class before.
Yeah.
So a lot of people recognize her as the Bronco Sport that always wins almost every year. Of course,
last year they had a hiccup.
Shelby Hall won the first year of the Bronco Sport being in there. But then every year after that, Melissa won until last year.
Yeah.
And they got second. And so, so this will be a good team, and they're going to be in a 4x4. So here's one thing you'll find out about them is that Melissa loves driving the dunes.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people that struggle driving into dunes. And she's going to be in a Bronco Raptor that is really made for the dunes.
Excited.
She's excited because they're gonna, when they get Dunes Day, that we call it Dunes Day. Yeah, watch out. And they usually have a couple of those. So she's I'm thinking this will be fun to watch and see how she does. But she's hoping to podium. But
that's their goal. They're like, we think we can podium, but they said, Sedona, Tara Lynn and her partner Shelby would be formidable.
Well, it'd be really cool to, going back to this sheet, here's your 4 teams. It'd be really cool to see. I mean, I'm a big fan of Bailey as well. She's a good driver.
She's been training with RTR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shelby Hall. Well, you know that Vaughn hasn't been a off-road racer that long.
Oh, I know.
He's fairly new to the off-road, but then you have Lauren Healy has been for a while, and he knows his stuff. But Shelby Hall would be fun to see, and Melissa Clark. I mean, I don't know these others as well, but they've been racing for Ford for the last several years as well. Laura's actually, I thought she's partnered with somebody else before in the past.
She has.
Maybe Laura and Trista did last year. I don't know, but those are some 5
they
good
jump
teams.
Around.
it would be cool to see them 1, 2, 3. One of these teams in some order, 1, 2, 3. Melissa first. In that way, Shelby Hall I'd like to see because
I would like to see all Ford podium.
Yeah, I like Shelby Hall. Decided to do her own Shelby Hall off road. If you haven't followed it, she's on YouTube. Check her out. But she's got a really good backing person that's helping her and backing her. Wayne, super awesome guy that just wants to show people and get people to know that the Ford, the Bronco, the Strop Broncos. If you know that, he's got the big collection, and
which
he really
goes
helps
back to Shelby's heritage.
Yeah.
And
by the way, the Bronco they're in, I helped set up their unlock. So he was like, he wasn't sure how to change the unlock from just the driver's door to all doors.
Yeah.
So I said, well, let me show you real quick. So I got inside that Bronco and went ahead and set it up for him.
Yeah. So you have So going through this, you have people that have been, 100%ers. Melissa is a 100%er. Actually, there's only 5 100%ers competing this year. Ford has 3 of them.
Oh, you mean they've been in there 100% of the time?
Yeah.
All 10 years?
All 10 years. And Ford has 3 of the 5 competitors. So they have over half of the 100%ers in their teams.
So
I can't remember who all. I think Sedona, Melissa. I can't remember the third one. Penny, maybe. But then you have people that are coming back. Like they stopped doing Rebelle. They're coming back for this 10th year.
Yeah.
So you have very few rookies. Like you have fewer rookies than previous years and a lot more veterans coming in.
And look at how many are in the 4x4. So the number is, if it starts with a 2, then they're in the, that's the
4x4.
The cross,
yes, the X Cross.
the X Cross class, which means that they don't have a traditional 4x4 system, right? So it's usually going to be, you know, like Subarus, right? In some of those vehicles. This is a
Click on Heart to
BMW.
Heart.
So some of these teams,
If Honda doesn't race, there is no Honda. Something like that. So they're taking Honda out.
I think the vehicle's down here.
Honda
Honda Passport. So your Honda Passport, where it's more like the Bronco Sport, where it's a more of an all-wheel drive system instead of a traditional 4x4, 4 high, 4 low type of thing. That's typically what it is. So there's not as many as you can see. There's just 11 teams, or well, there's not even
Subaru
11,
Crosstrek.
right?
I think that's a Subaru of some sort.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of those. I mean,
that one's, look at that one. That's BMW.
Yeah, BMW.
Like, we're taking a BMW out here, guys.
Yeah. So, but some of these all-wheel drive systems, like in the Audi, like Audi's got one of the best all-wheel drive systems out there. You know, so there's an X5 40i. So we'll see. But I mean, so there's that. And then the rest of them are in the 4x4 class. So you can see how many 4x4 class. I mean, there's a lot of people in the 4x4 class. So it's going to be very competitive.
There's Amanda.
Yep. I've seen, there you go. There, Thor's
Sugar and Spice.
Yep.
Yeah. There's lot of
fun
good
teams. Yeah. So
teams in here.
Yep. So anyway, it'll be fun time, and for those of you, we didn't really talk about what Rebelle Rally is for those that are kind of new to these videos, but Rebelle Rally is it's an all women's race, not a race.
No,
rally.
It's a rally.
It's a rally.
There's nothing like it in the world.
Yes. So there are no GPSs, no navigation systems,
no phones, no electronics.
No phones. All electronics are taken off. All the screens have to be either covered up or taken out of this. So
they have access to a map, a compass. Once they hit their check marks, they have a device to register where they are, and that clicks on where their checkpoint is. They think their checkpoint's at. So they click it when they think that they're at their checkpoint. It registers in. They get to see their coordinates, see where they're at on their map. You know, check off that and then continue on. But otherwise, they have no idea where they are except for their map.
You really need to watch Sarah's video this Thursday, or listen, one or the other. But actually watch it, because you pulled up the scoring.
Yes.
Right. So I definitely would watch it off of her YouTube channel, All Women Driven, because she interviews the person that goes over the scoring. But it is no compasses, no navigations. It is compass and map. Right.
They have no phone. And they don't get access to the outside world for 10 days.
Oh, did you see the video that Vaughn did?
No.
So Bailey Campbell was talking about Rebelle and training and everything.
Yeah.
And so Lauren and Vaughn were there, and she was trying to explain it to them and show them this and that. And they were looking at it and they were just like, yeah, you got me. No.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just like, this is hard. They were, I mean, and these are guys that race, you know, professionally.
You have to think about it this way.
Crazy.
Emily wanted to create something that women only, because there's no women only, you know. She came up with a race and picked things from different races, because she's competed all over the world in rallies. She's done what's in Mexico?
Baja.
The Baja. She's done the Baja. She's done Saudi Arabia. She's done Jakar. She's done all the races in the world. She's done all the off-road races. She's gone through and custom picked the pieces of all those races that she liked and put them together.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's
the other part of it, is that there's not enough land in the US that is public land. Most of it's privately owned. And so to be able to go through and do this, you have to have a significant amount of access to land. So she was told she would never be able to do it, because you have to get permits for that public land access. Then you have to get permits from the owners of the privately owned land. And then you have to get insurance, and you have to do this and you have to do that. It took her 3 years to initially put the first year together. 3 years of prep to put that first year together.
Yep.
There's nothing else like this in the world that does it this way.
Yeah. So you'll see they're showing there each day. They do have a base camp, and when they have those base camps, it's like the camp that is set up by them. And those nights they actually have a cook that will cook for them that night. But I think in the next morning or whatever. But then lunches, they're on their own. But then there's other days where they actually enduros where they actually go and you have to basically pack up. So they are living in tents.
Yes.
In little tents, 2-person tents, with sleeping bags and everything.
They pack up every day.
Every day they pack out and put if there's a base camp, sometimes they'll leave it, right?
If they are coming back to that base camp.
Yes, if they're coming back that day. So a lot of times, it seems like they'll set up at a base camp. They'll do one day, come back, and then the next morning they got to pack up.
Yes.
So it's maybe like just one day that they can leave it there, and then they're packing up, and then they're going. What they call them enduros when they actually go to another point, and then they set up a new camp. And some of those, the enduro lasts over 2 days.
Yes.
And so then their camp is just set up somewhere
on
the longer road.
Your enduros are going to be where it lasts over a day, and you are just whatever checkpoint you can hit. And you feel like you're going to be like, right, we're going to stop for the night. We're going to set up camp. That's where you set up camp.
Yep. They're 10 to 12 hours each day.
Yeah.
For 10 days. Well, 8 days. I think this year they're trying to make it 10 because of the anniversary.
Right. Minimum of 1. By the way, they have no idea what's happening. What's going to happen
until they know where they start and where they finish. Right. That's it.
No. So they,
Yeah. Because she knew
start and finish.
She knew the first and start.
And then they don't know what's happening each day until the morning of when they get their map at 5:10 a.m.
Yep.
So minimum of 1 marathon stage per rally. No overnight base camp.
Oh, marathon's one I was thinking where
Yes. So minimum of 1. There could be more. There could be 2. There could be 3. However many Emily wants to put in that year.
Yep. So yeah, it's very interesting and very, like I said, nothing. Yeah, we know the start is going to be, I think Mammoth Lake, right, is where they're doing the check-in and all that, and they'll leave from there, and then they end at Pirate Cove near Needles, Nevada.
Yes.
That's where we'll be. So we'll go there and check that out. We need to get more information exactly where to go. Well, Brian will be with us.
Well,
Brian will know.
They're going to contact me with that. Information.
We'll be with Brian. He knows. So he's got all the information. But
what are the odds of getting an event founder, Emily Miller, on McArthur video? So
she's
next week. Join me on Thursday. I got Emily Miller for an interview.
She's already interviewed Emily. Yes. On
that's why I have so much of this information, is that I've already done my interview with her. It's supposed to go live this Thursday, but with the scoring, I had that idea last Tuesday. If you were here, I was like, oh, I have an idea. That was my idea, and I was able to put it together in time for this Thursday's episode, so that way everyone can enjoy that explanation of the points.
Yeah, and then Thursday will be Emily, and we'll see if we can catch her that when we're there.
Yes,
that Friday. But
I think if I ask, I can probably get at least a meet.
Well, I think we can hang out. I mean, the finish line, I think we can be there at 3, but we'll be able to hang out until the evening. We don't have any kind of deadline in that night until they kick us out. So we'll try to talk to as many people as we can, especially the Ford people. And if we can you get to talk to Emily. You've met these people, so this will be good. I mean, and you've even talked to the person that's in charge of some of the media and stuff, right?
Right. So I've talked to.
Have you already done that? Is that one gone live yet?
Okay, so for the media coverage, she hasn't said yes to an interview.
Oh, okay.
So I've gotten Emily, the founder. I've gotten Chrissy, and I didn't interview her for her story. I just got the scoring breakdown from her.
Yeah.
That was 35 minutes in itself. It's like, I'll have you come back for your journey. I want to hear her journey. It sounds really interesting. Yep. And then I got the competitor liaison. That went live several weeks ago. The competitor liaison is the person that as soon as they sign up, she's in contact with them. When they come in, she greets them. If they have questions, she helps them out. So she does all of that. So I actually interviewed her, I think months ago.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
So she's in there, and then I hope to be able to get Kirsten on. She's the media liaison. I hope to be able to get her for an interview at some point once Rebelle has settled down. I think she hasn't said yes just because her job is so intensive right now during media when she's trying to arrange it all. So we'll see if I can convince her to come join me. And then, whoever else I can get on, I want on.
So one of the things I was talking actually when we were in Colorado off-roading, we were talking about Melissa was like, she was I don't know what it was. It was like me with my watches and everything. And she was looking for like a watch, but she wants one with an alarm because they get no electronics. So everybody else that maybe like I wake up to my alarm on my phone.
Right.
They don't have their phones.
Right.
So she's looking for something to when they have to wake up because they wake up before it gets dawn out. So
5 a.m.
They're up 5 a.m.
The bell rings at 5 a.m.
And but she gets up before that.
Yes.
She wants to be up before the bell rings. And so she was looking for different watches that she could have because like if their watch has GPS on it, they can't use it.
Right.
Right. And so the watch that she normally has is like a Garmin or something like that. And so she can't use that. So she's looking for a watch that has an alarm that she can wear. That's not, that's just a basic watch with maybe just an alarm and that's about it. But anyway, so that's interesting. But anyway, you can kind of see some of their compass and maps right there and what they're doing. So, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, it's a fun thing. We started watching, we got this a couple of years ago from Brian and Melissa,
Yeah.
Her doing it. I knew of it.
Yeah.
When the Bronco Sport came out that first year, they talked about Rebelle Rally and winning it. That's when it kind of I clued into a little bit. But
when I was in high school, because Rebelle Rally's first year was when I was a senior.
They're not seeing. I haven't been.
Oh,
I didn't have that. I don't know if they saw any of that. We were actually
go back up. So the year I graduated was their first year.
Yeah.
So 2015 would have been their first year. That's when I was headed to college. I came back from college, and they had all this stuff up at the front desk when I was helping with the front desk. I was like, "What is this? Rebelle? What? I have no idea." It's just, the pink, and it had the wings, and I was just like, I don't know what this is. I guess I'll just take some stuff. Years later, and then I didn't even think about it, but years later, I meet Melissa, and she's like, Rebelle Rally, and I saw the Rebelle logo, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I do. I've heard of this once.
Yeah.
But that first year, Ford was really trying to push it, and they had merch and they had everything, and so they,
yeah. So I don't know if you guys saw this because I didn't realize I wasn't showing that on this page, but here's kind of the breakdown. But yeah, check this Rebelle Rally. It's REBELLE rally.com. And there's a lot of information on there. And that is where you'll want to find, I don't know if that was up earlier, if you guys saw that, but check out their YouTube channel. I think you can come back here, but actually there's a link to it right there.
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. There's also a way to sign up for notifications.
Yeah. See, you can see I'm subscribed with the bell notification turned on. So when those go live, I get those notifications, but they'll have lives. They might even have some of them already scheduled. They're scheduled for 10. Oh, that's the they got them
Rebelle.
all. They got them all here. They got them all scheduled out already. So you can get all that information right there. So they got day 1 start right there, 10:10. So there you go. That is day 0, right? So anyway, that'll be good stuff. So anyway. And then of course none of them will have phones or anything, so like none of the teams will be able to host
watch any of this.
But yeah, this will be fun. We'll be following it on Friday. Friday Member Live. We'll actually pull this up and we'll probably chat and see where we'll pull the scoring up and talk about it a little bit on our Member Live. But there you go. So very, very interesting stuff. And it wasn't. It was when we were in Colorado that I said, well, it looks like I'm going, because that's when I actually knew I was going to Digital Dealer. I said, it looks like I'm going to Digital Dealer. And they're like, in Las Vegas. And they said, well, when will you be there? And I'm like, oh, I'll be there the 13th to the 15th. And they said, oh, you should come to the finish line. like, what? For Rebelle Rally? She goes, that's
Yeah.
the week we'll be out in the desert in Nevada and California. I'm like, what? How far is this? And Brian's like, well, it's going to be at Pirates Cove. And, Jeff looked it up and was like, that's an hour from Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm like, So that's when we figured out we're not going to make it work, and we're going to
Had to
make it
sweet
work.
talk my husband.
Yeah, gonna make it work. So it'll be fun. Anyway, so yeah, so that there you go. So Rebelle Rally. So yeah, it's a cool event, and it's different. And like they say, it's not a race.
It's a rally
because it's about timed, about precision, and it's about timing. So it's not necessarily who gets the fastest points and gets back first. It's not about that. It's about hitting the checkpoints, those invisible points that you can't see.
Yes.
Those blacks
correctly.
Yeah, the blacks are not like what they say that
So,
like
okay,
the
so
greens are visible, right?
Your greens are a tower, like a giant flag that sticks up in the air. Your blues might have a flag, or they might have something down on the ground, but it's still going to be marked. Your blacks have no marking whatsoever.
Let's see if I can go back here.
And if you aren't careful and you're going through and you aren't paying attention to where you are in your instructions and your directions and whatnot, if you aren't careful and you just see a green one and think, oh, there's my checkpoint, go over to it and click, it might not be yours. So not all checkpoints are for every team. So this team has this set of checkpoints, this one has this set of checkpoints, and they kind of just mix them around so that no single team has the same coordinates set. So they can't follow each other to the coordinates. They have to take their own path.
Yeah. Let's try to see if they have any pictures of any of the flags. But yeah, some of I know the greens, like, well, there's this. You can.
Just for people that don't know what the Rebelle is, let's talk to them about what this event entails in terms of competition. So you know that we have 8 stages. Tomorrow's our prologue, and then we have 7 days of competition. So we have map and compass as one of the challenges, and then we have enduro. But let's talk a little bit about map and compass, Matthew.
Sure. And if you've been skiing before, then our race
this is kind of what we went through.
So they'll go in the first. If you watch their live streams, they'll go
some
over
days when you're going through those checkpoints, you have a certain amount of time to get from one checkpoint to another one. So it's kind of,
and you can't get there too early either.
You can't get there too early. So like some days you don't have to get them in order. As long as you get them, you get them. But there are days where you have to get them in order within a certain time frame. And you have to make it within that time frame, not too early, not too late.
And they know once they punch it in their little computer, they'll know whether or not they got it. But yeah, look, Sarah's I'll tell you what, they went over it real extensively in that video Thursday. So check that out. So that'll go live 4 o'clock our time or something like that.
Yep, 4 o'clock our time, 5 o'clock.
That'll be fun. So check that out.
5 o'clock our time. I do 5 o'clock our time.
Oh, okay.
I think I was supposed to be doing 4
So watch hers 5 o'clock, and then my video on the, I don't know.
That's a good question. Yes, sort of. So they don't really have dummy flags that aren't connected to someone's checkpoint.
But it may not be your flag.
But it may not be your flag. So it's a dummy for you, but it's not a dummy for someone else. Yeah. Also, do navigators get to drive? They can. Yeah. They can switch on and off. Some navigators don't want to drive. So I know with Kimberly and Eva, Eva does not want to drive. She's like, I don't want anything to do with driving. I will sit there with my map and compass and I will do the navigation. While Kimberly is like, okay with that. She's like, I don't want to do nav. I just want to drive. So you do have some teams where they are not going to switch. You do have some teams that have a designated driver and have a designated navigator, but they may switch at some point to give the other one a break from what they were doing. And then you have teams that are actually listed as either or, where they switch on and off on a regular basis.
So Melissa teams and Catherine. So Melissa will be the main driver.
Yes.
She'll probably drive most of the time this year.
Catherine has said she is not driving this year.
Well, a lot of people don't know, but she was the one that was driving when they had the little
I think Melissa mentioned that in the interview with her.
Did she? Did she? So yeah, check. Yeah. So yeah, she's the one that was driving when they damaged their vehicle. So she's like, I'm not doing it this year. You do it. But the other thing about Melissa though is she is a navigator too.
Yes.
She knows how to navigate. She helps a lot of teams with she does a lot of training with other teams.
Yeah.
And she knows a lot about you have a navigator. So you have 2 navigators in that vehicle, that are really good.
Right.
So that I would not be surprised.
If you haven't watched Melissa and Catherine's interview, you should. It's really good. It really goes, they really went into the team dynamic and how you have to learn to be that team.
Yep.
Because they do have, what is it, the Widowmaker Day? Is that what it is? Or the Divorce Day or something?
Oh, yeah.
There's a day that's called the Divorce Day because there are a lot of teams that will like break up partway through this because they are just like done with each other.
Oh, there's
so going into going into this, you really have to know that you can do this with that person. And so Melissa hasn't had a year where she has kept a partner until this year, where she kept her partner, Catherine.
So yeah, here's your video. So you've been talking to these teams for a while now. I mean, so episode 11. That's Dawn. Okay.
The Mercedes, Jenna Cooper, Ashley Sanford, Kristen Keenan. All right, so Rebelle Rally 203. And okay, there we go. It started with 189. That was Amanda and her partner. And then you have Alana and Danielle. Then you have Kim and Eva. And then 199 is Melissa and Catherine.
So that's the most recent. So check that video out. I actually haven't watched it, the version. I was sitting there when you were talking to most of them. But yes, that's definitely.
That one's done pretty good.
That one's got most views. But anyway, yeah. And then this week on Tuesday, you'll see that video on the scoring. So, but yes,
which will not have a picture. It will have the
tracker,
the score sheet.
Cool. All right. So yeah, definitely check out. So you want to make sure that you have this channel right here followed. And yeah, this week's, I think you need to watch it instead of just listen to it. Some of them you can just listen because there's not, they're just them in front of the screen talking or whatever. But if you want to know what they look like, watch the video. But otherwise, listen to the Spotify show there. But anyway.
Now, as I've heard from many of the competitors and Emily and, everyone I have talked to about Rebelle, no matter how good you are, no matter how much of a veteran you are, you could have a really rough year and just take it. You could, it could just be one of those years. Like Melissa last year, they had an oopsie that cost them a day that, cost them their entire race. If they hadn't had that oopsie,
because they got second, and that was with basically a 0 for a day.
Yes. So if they hadn't, they would have been
won
on their way. So
yeah, because their last day
they killed it.
Yes, they definitely would have.
But even the 100%ers have those times where something can happen. This is a very unpredictable race or rally because of its format.
Yep.
You never know what's going to happen. So, yeah.
Yep.
That's why I love it. I'm falling in love with it more and more as I learn more and more. I fall in love with this race more and more, or this rally.
Yeah.
Rally.
Yeah. All right.
More and more every time I learn more, because it's just it's fascinating. It sounds like a great fun time. It sounds fun. I want to go race.
Yeah, we actually have on our schedule to cover it this week and in 2 weeks. So after the Rebelle Rally. So we'll see if we're going to cover it in 2 weeks, but it also be because we'll be there. So we might be able to cover what it was like being there and everything. So, all right, I'm going to throw up the Q&A because, we'll talk a little bit about, we can take questions, but first, if you have any last questions, pop them in there. But I thought we'd cover what's going on in the next week, this week and next week for videos and things going on with the channel. So we're finishing out the F-150 videos for 26 model year. So today was the platinum video, went live today. So we'll be doing videos this week and next Tuesday. Tremor and Raptor will be Wednesday and Thursday. Friday we'll start doing the F-150 to Lightning. So pro version on Saturday, on what did I say, Friday or Saturday? Yeah, Friday. The STX Saturday, Flash on Sunday. Monday will be the Lariat, and then the Platinum F-150 Lightning on next Tuesday. Tuesday, we will be doing a live stream on Tuesday. No Maverick Monday next week either. And the live stream Tuesday I'll be at a conference, Digital Dealer. It's an automotive conference for those that need to be digitally minded. And we're talking about your internet managers are there, your social media directors, also a lot of your managers and stuff like that will be there. So I'll be there with our social media person as well as our marketing director. And we will be one of the vendors that we work with that helps us with our SEM, our search engine marketing and everything, actually invited us up there and is paying for our trip there. Just not our flights, I guess, but paying for our hotel and also hooking us up Monday night for dinner as well and everything. But they have a booth set up this year. Some of them, like a lot of vendors, will have booths. They want you to come in, check out their product, that kind of thing. Well, what they're doing instead, Dealer Teamwork, is they want to highlight people in different things. So their booth isn't necessarily about their product, which they will try to sell their product, of course, but they're calling it a live stage within the booth, in the booth area, in the vendor area, and they're actually setting up chairs and they're going to set up a stage. So we'll be there Tuesday night. And it'll be a 1 hour live stream. We will not do scheduling. We will not do recalls, dealer news updates, or anything like that. It'll be strictly talking about dealers being transparent. This is what our channel is about, right? It's about being transparent, keeping you in the know in news of what's going on for our customers. But that will be about other dealers or other, not necessarily dealers, but it could be vendors, it could be people in the automotive business, and how. And if I have nobody, then that's fine. I'll just talk.
Yeah.
But we'll be talking strictly about dealers and what they can do to make sure they're transparent, they're open, they're authentic, and how that can help their business grow and how it's affected. And we'll talk about how it's affected our business and how we've seen it grow based on some of the things that we've done and the evolution of ours. So if I don't get anybody else, I'll talk. I could probably talk about that for 30 minutes about what we've done here at McArthur to be more transparent, what we did before, bringing in, really it kind of started with, of course, Derek and Ashley coming in and really kind of changing that. And Ashley's going to speak as well at the booth earlier in the day. They're calling it live stage. And she's going to be talking about some of the things that she's been doing at the dealership too. So, but anyway, so yeah, that'll be very good. And I'll probably have her interviewed on our live stream then as well. So I know she's been on your live stream, on your videos, but anyway, so that's a plan for next week. We probably won't take questions. I might try to, I think I'm going to try to use my phone as the camera and the mics, because I'll have the two mics like I have, and I'll probably try to have that set up. And I might have my tablet available for questions, but just so you know, if I don't answer questions, I'll probably let you guys know during that live stream. But that's kind of what that live stream is going to look like next week. Just want to let everybody know that. Still have a scheduling video that will go live next week. I'll record that actually Monday night so that it's ready and scheduled out. And then Wednesday, I'm looking forward to Wednesday. Wednesday I'll be at Digital Dealer. But Wednesday is when Bronco Sport, Ranger, and mach-e order banks will open up. Now, I'm probably not going to focus on mach-e. No disrespect to that, but there's just not as many people on that. Ranger, I probably won't on Wednesday, but I'm really hoping that I'm going to do a video, a little short like I did on the Maverick on Wednesday. So I won't be a real in-depth, thorough one. I'm just going to take that first page and say, here are some of the first notes, right? Just the quick notes on some of the things that are new that I can see right now, but we'll go more in depth tomorrow. So Thursday is when the really thorough, in-depth one, after I've been able to digest the order guides like nobody else. Like,
right.
it's funny, kind of talking about that. We were talking about to our Ford rep today, and there was a question we had about F-150, and that I haven't had the brand manager hasn't contacted me back. And but Derek's like, I really need to know this because this is not on the order guide anywhere. It was last year. It is something that's very important to a lot of people, and the reason they choose the Lariat trim level. We were talking about that 2-speed automatic 4-wheel drive system where you can just have an auto 4x4, and you can just set it and forget it. You don't have to worry about shifting in and out of 4x4 high and everything.
Right.
And so he says, we need to know whether or not that's been taken away from Lariat, but we don't see it on the Lariat trim, the King Ranch, or the Platinum. It's just gone. So we need to know what's going on. And so we actually had asked him, he says, you know what, there's a lot of things that they didn't really mention in the order guide as new things that we're finding. Like and they were like the heads up display. What's with that? That's weird. That's not even on. Like, people have asking if it's even on the Raptor because they noticed it's gone from the Raptor. I'm like, right? And I'm like, I wanted to tell him, like, just watch my video because I did digest it. I did notice things that were missing. There's so many things like on the Lariat trim level where, because on the XLT they changed it from standard chrome bumpers to body colored, but then on the Lariat trim they forgot to add the chrome bumpers back in for the Lariat trim because last year it wasn't there because they didn't need it because it was standard on the XLT. So, I mean, just little things like that. So we'll do that for Thursday, and we'll have a video for Bronco Sport Thursday. And I'm hoping that I can also record Ranger and Mach-E on Thursday to have those videos go live Friday while we're at the Rebelle Rally. So that way I don't have to worry about a video. And then Saturday we'll probably record some stuff. I'll probably record some stuff from Rebelle Rally. Whatever you want to do for your channel, you can. But and then I'll try to have those videos go live on Saturday for that. So we'll have some fun with that. But anyway, so that's kind of a plan for the next couple of weeks for videos and what's going on, and looking forward to it. It'll be a lot of stuff going on with the channel. And then of course, when we get back from that, the 20th, we're gonna start hitting Bronco. I'll probably start with Bronco videos and then work our way. I know you'll get people that'll be like, oh, what about Ranger? What about Ranger? I'm like, well, we'll get to Ranger, but I mean, usually the way I've always done the channel on videos and when it comes to models is what we sell the most and work my way down. So F-150 will always take the priority because we sell more F-150s than anything else. Super Duty is important to us, right? Maverick has been because it's our number 3, barely being beat out by the Super Duty right now. But then at that point, it's, the SUVs.
Only because of the availability.
Maybe. Bronco we do pretty well in Bronco. We sell about 9 to 10 Broncos a month. So that's probably right there along with Explorer. So Bronco will be heavier. Bronco Sport as well. We sell a lot of those. And Ranger wise, we just don't sell as many. So that won't be as priority as Bronco Sport will be. So we'll do those and then Ranger, and then we'll get into Mach-E.
Yeah.
Which we sell about season. One a month, one Mach-E a month. So that will be at the back burner. So, but anyway, so a lot of stuff going on.
Yep.
And then you'll have your video this week on the scoring, and then Emily the next week on your channel after that.
And then I'll do a couple of shorts while we're there at Rebelle. And then probably the week after that, kind of go over the podium, who won, scoring for those 4 teams that we have on that list. And then have that footage from the finish line.
Yep. So if you're members of ours, we won't have a member live. We will this week, nothing different. Lot walk, member live this week. But next week when we're there, I won't do a lot walk on Thursday. I'll be focusing in on that. What I might have for members for fun is I plan to go out to Bronco Off Radio. I don't think they'll let me in because I'm not doing a Bronco thing, but I'm like, hey, can I come in and do some videos as part of the Bronco order guide just released, yesterday? Can I come in and do some fun videos? And if so, if they let me do that, then I might do some fun videos there. But
if not, just sit in front of the entrance.
If not, so I'm sitting in front of the entrance. They can't stop me. That's it's public property. So we'll be there at the at the Off Radio Nevada. We'll see if they let me. Maybe I think actually I have the person that's in charge of that location. So maybe I'll contact them this week and see if we can get inside the gate and get in there and kind of talk about Bronco. And even if I can set up, I'd love to be able to set up with a good background, and it might be kind of fun to do Bronco sport. So
Yeah.
Even though that's not a location that has Bronco sport, it'd still be kind of fun to do. Anyway, we'll talk about that, and then maybe or the Bronco Raptor background.
Right.
Anyway, so we'll see. We'll try to get that set up and squared away for that, because I'll have a little bit of time before your flight arrives. So
yeah.
So my plan
right.
is to do that.
So we have a couple of questions. Well, and then Douglas says 10 years from now, Sarah will be racing with a sponsored team. That's the hope. I want to race. I want to be out there. I want to do it at least once.
Well, your mom's a pretty good driver. If you want to be the navigator,
I'm down.
I can tell you. Is she in the chat? No. She's not a very good navigator. So you don't want her to be a navigator.
We would get to like day 2.
Did you hear about our trip when we were at the Grand Canyon on the North Rim and we went off-roading?
No.
And we didn't get lost, but we weren't quite where we thought we were on the map.
So, and here's the thing, because Lebo's usually driving for us on our trips, I've become quite the navigator. Like, I'm pretty good at it.
I'm pretty good at it.
You know, I mean, I navigate us through airports and through other things. I feel like I can do it, but I'm down for it.
Yeah, you did help your mom at the Denver airport. She was trying to get
I
out.
wasn't even
She's
there.
like, "What? How do I get out of here?" And she helped her.
I looked up the map and figured it out. But then, we would get to we would go through day 0, maybe day 1, get to day 2 and just be like, I told you.
So what you both need to do is learn how to navigate so you can do Dune Day. And she can.
Yes.
You know what though? I don't know. Your mom's not a big fan of going fast. So now not necessarily though when they do the Rebelle Rally, they're not necessarily going fast.
There's only a few times.
Because they want to keep on a time. In fact, they still have the speedometers are still there and active in the vehicles. Because a lot of them are.
Most
some
of them move it over
electronic.
to kilometers because that's how they are measuring most things is kilometers.
But they want to, because they'll want to say, okay, but you need to go this speed for this many miles.
Yes. So there are days
they
where
know how to
instead of
track it.
just plot points, they actually get directions. Go this speed for this long, and then turn right, and then go this speed for this long, then turn left, and then they have to follow it kilometer per kilometer, like down to the point, whatever.
And to be honest, even I'm a guy, and I really enjoyed watching the live streams and going through and learning some of that stuff. Now I've watched it enough now that and everything, but it's really fun to see what they're doing and everything, because I'm like, man, they need to do this for guys, because this is but you know why they don't do this for guys? Because guys can't follow directions.
I've heard that one from almost every team. Now the other part of it is that Emily and Chrissy, even the scoring coach, said that they had done so many races around the world. Now Chrissy and Emily raced together. They've done many races. That's how they met. They said that they would be racing, and it's a men's sport when you think about it. Automotive is generally men led, and so they would be going through this, and it would be rigged. They would kind of rig the points so that someone else would win, or they would do this, and the women were kind of overlooked, pushed aside, and not treated as fairly as others. And so they wanted a race, all women, everyone's on an even playing field, no chances for any type of favoritism or anything. In fact, Chrissy wants to look at that sheet. She doesn't want to know who these teams are. She's looking at numbers and numbers only.
Yeah.
And that's why they made this race.
Yeah. It's fun. It'll be definitely check it out. And we'll be, if you're a member, come join us on Friday. We'll talk more about it. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yep. Sorry if this was asked. I'm just tuning in. Any lightning deals coming down the pipeline? I remember you mentioning a potential lease deal as the replacement for the EV tax credit.
So what they're doing, I think what they were trying to do, and maybe there are good leases on that, but there are pretty good leases. There's 0% going on right now, but the EV tax credit is gone. I think we were like over $10,000 off when we had the EV tax credit. Now we're at $7,500 off. And that's about as good as we can get right now. but yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's not a lot of other than the 0% for 72 months is a pretty darn good deal. Some dealers are discounting, and so. So
Man, you say her name, she pops in.
anyway, but yeah, there are some deals, but I think you can look up a lease. I think the leases are pretty good on it. At this point in time, with the technology for EVs, leasing is the best way to go. So, but don't forget when you're leasing, especially in an EV, like some vehicles you can lease and you can get out of your lease if the vehicle still is bringing decent money. But I can tell you this on EV with the technology and the prices lowering and getting less expensive over the years, that once you get into an EV, you're kind of stuck until the end of that lease. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you going to join me for Rebelle one of these years, Mom?
Yeah, we were talking about you and going
I
to
think
Rebelle
you would be a
with
great driver, and I can navigate us. I think we can do it. How's about 3 years down? We can train for about 3 years. You and me. There's other mother-daughter teams out there.
Yeah. We've been talking Rebelle Rally, so your name was mentioned as being a driver. I told her you're a good driver.
Yeah.
So, and I think you'll like. I don't know if you'll. I did say I didn't know if you'd like the dunes though, because it's more fast paced. So.
And I love the dunes.
She said, "We'll see."
I'm hoping to get a sponsor. Like I'll gather the sponsorships. We can use your Bronco. I think we got it.
Yeah.
I think we can do it.
Yeah, this time of the year though probably isn't the best time for her to be gone for 2 weeks. I don't know if the school will. The school doesn't let you. You were talking to Jenna, and she was saying the reason she can't do Rebelle is that she can't be. She is a parent, isn't she?
Yeah.
And she can't be away for more than so much time from school too.
Well, there goes that idea. Can you still sponsor me with your Bronco?
You're gonna have to wait till she retires.
Can you?
That won't be so long. Teachers get early retirement. Not early, well-deserved retirement, I should say. I know what she goes through. That's well-deserved retirement.
It is. Well, very well.
Teachers don't get enough credit.
Can you still sponsor me with your Bronco?
It's not mine.
If I can find
I'm not even driving it today.
She can retire in 4 years. Okay. See? I wasn't far off. We could do this in like 5 years.
There you go.
I'll get us the sponsorships. I got us.
Yeah, you need sponsors because we're not going to be afforded.
$15,000.
We'll see what Law McArthur will afford. Maybe Law McArthur will pay for the Bronco. Ooh.
Hey, they'll get their name no matter what they put in. Like they can. The more that gets put in, the bigger the logo on the side.
We need to make a deal with Ford and Law McArthur and Rebelle Rally that I go as the and do the interview team, the media, and I get to go as media. No, they have guys doing media.
I know, but you can't go when Mom and I compete because you're a family member.
But I can go and do what they do. The Toyota team does. I could do that. I would be able to interview the people.
Right.
But I could be the
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Because I don't think that they would want a family member out there.
True. I'll just hang out with Brian.
There you go.
out in the desert.
2 old retired dudes hanging out.
2 old retired dudes. I won't be retired in 4 years.
That's okay.
But I do get 4 weeks off, so I can make 2 weeks go back to back. I can do that.
I don't think I'll be ready for you to take over in 4 years. Or ready for me to take over. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
My computer just died. There's one more comment. General question from Vols. Do you miss anything about your old office/studio?
No.
The air conditioning.
Oh yeah, it's warm in here.
That's the only thing. Although
we share AC with the business office over there. Actually, the AC is in the business office, so our temperature is what they dictate it is. So, yes.
Yep. And they get
it gets a little warm over here.
Their office is more open.
We have one
And
vent.
they have more circulation, and
Yeah,
so
they have 2 vents. We have 1. Plus, they like a little warmer than we do.
yeah. Although I went over there the other day and it was turned off, so and they don't know how to turn it on and off, so
It's on now.
it is on.
The other night I turned it on. I turned it down.
Yeah.
They had left and I was still working, so I turned it down. But it automatically defaults at 10 p.m.
Yeah, at 10 p.m.
to
it
go back
automatically
up.
defaults.
So it's on the timer. I'm like, I want to reset that. So
Yeah.
anyway,
But that's the only thing. I don't miss the distractions. I don't miss the noise. In fact, I really like my Tuesday mornings. When you're not here, Jeff's not here, I'm up here by myself. I get to jam to my music and hang out while I do get my work done.
anyway,
My Tuesday mornings are nice.
all right. Well, I think that's all we have.
No one talks
this
to me
week.
for like 3 hours.
It's fun. It's fun talking. I do enjoy talking Rebelle Rally. It is a fun event that I do wish was available for guys, or not that they had a mixed one, but I got. Although your mom and I would do really well at that. I think I could navigate. She could drive. I think we do really well at it too.
I think that's called the Amazing Race.
Amazing Race. Yeah, no. Because have you watched the Amazing Race?
No.
Any? Yeah, I watched it because they have a lot of little.
Didn't Melissa
They have
and
a lot
Brian
of,
do it?
They have a lot of little. Nah. Oh no! Wait, we're not thinking about the same Amazing Race.
No.
I'm thinking about the one where they have in Europe, where they team up and you have to go and they give you like little challenges and stuff. No, this is the one you're talking about. Okay, you're talking about that one in the United States.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't call it the Amazing Race.
I can't remember what
I think
it's
I
called.
call it like America's Race, something. I don't know.
Something. But Melissa and Brian did it.
Great American Race or something like that.
Great American Race. I think that's what it is. I think you and Mom could do that.
And it's, but on that one there, I think you have to have like an older vehicle. It's an old. You have to have an old car. Like it can't be any newer than a certain
that's
year.
why where you talk to your contact that has some older Broncos and go, hey, can I borrow one?
Right there you go. Anyway, all right.
In fact, I know someone that might let you borrow their Bronco for that.
A lot of dreams. We like to dream around here. We like to keep it positive.
We have goals.
And dreams, and yes.
No, these are not dreams. These are goals. My Rebelle Rally.
Goals are dreams with dates. Isn't that what they say or something like that?
Yeah.
That's all goals are.
These are not
dreams that you have a timeline for.
These
to
are
get
not
accomplished,
dreams.
right?
These are goals. This will happen. I will run Rebelle at least once.
There you go. Well, hey, maybe Melissa will have you join her.
I would love that.
Here you go.
So,
I don't know. Maybe that's not a good idea because, who knows? After 10 days, you may not be friends anymore.
I need to train with her a bit.
Anyway. All righty. Well, anyway, that's all we have for this week, but it's fun. But yeah, there you go. He told you guys what's going on the next week. So looking forward. Ought to be a big week this week, next week, finishing that out, getting those videos done. And yep.
We're both tapping the table and speaking that note.
All right. That's all I have. If you guys have no other questions, then we're out of here. All right. Thanks, guys, for joining us and talking Rebelle Rally. And watch. I encourage you to go to Rebelle Rally. Check out their YouTube channel. Watch the videos. The videos are fun. Check out the scoring. And you can watch and follow along. Cheer on the Ford teams. And
maybe I should make my list public or figure out a way I can share it in my thing, in my video.
Your list. Oh, that list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There you go.
I have an idea. I will work on it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all we have for today.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a great week. Enjoy some of the videos that we got coming out. And members, we'll see you guys Thursday and Friday this week. So, and Coffee Time members, we'll see you in the morning. So, all right. Yeah. Thanks, guys. And until then, stay positive. Be kind to one another.
And be kind to yourself.
We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.